Have you ever been to a protest?
I've been caught in one.
You've been caught in a protest.
Yeah.
When did you get caught in a protest?
Well, like, I was trying to get somewhere, and I got caught in, like, another group's protest, and I'm like, I gotta get...
No, I understand. I said, when did you get... I understood the sentence. I got caught in a protest. So, like, basically, I wound up in a protest that I didn't intend to be in, basically. No. When did this happen, and what was the protest?
It was a pro-Palestine protest, and this was pretty recently.
Oh, you're a Jew who got swept up in a pro-Palestine
Yeah.
protest.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
Ari Shafir has a really great joke about how it's he walked through a pro-Palestine. It says free Palestine, but the word Palestine was covered up. It just said free, and he goes, "Oh boy."
Yeah. Well, see, I was...
Is that what happened to you? You saw a sign that said free, and you're like, "I'm about to get a deal."
Yeah. Well, basically, I was coming back from a train ride.
That's right.
Out of the city, and then when I got off the train, because the train pulls in underground.
Yeah.
And so when I walked out of the station, and I emerged above ground, and first I see signs, and of course they say free and bargain and here a deal. And I'm like, oh
boy, I'm in the right parade.
And then I read the rest of the signs,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yee,
Yeah.
yee, yee, yee.
Because we all know the people holding the signs that say bargain Palestine.
Well, it's like no bargains.
Yeah. No bargaining with Israel.
Yeah, stuff like that.
And so this was recent. This wasn't like back when they were like small little get-togethers. This is like now that they have their new invigorated fervor.
This is now that they have captured all of the colleges across America.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, it was pretty wild. I kind of felt like, that episode of Curb?
Where
when
you're pulled between the two.
Well, he like really wants to go to the Palestinian chicken restaurant, but he feels like a little bit, torn inside because the Jews are kind of like, no,
we don't go here.
You should be standing out with us because they're doing a protest because I think the thing was like the Palestinian chicken restaurant was really close to like a
Jewish deli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there was like both sides are like yelling at each other, and he's in like the middle.
Yeah.
Of the
and that's
street,
you looking back and forth like, should I be here? Should I be over there?
I'm like, deal? Oh. Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. I've never been to a protest, and you didn't go there by choice. Have you ever gone to a protest by choice?
No.
Have you ever protested?
Well, I mean, I've done protests.
Yeah.
In my daily life.
Yeah. Like how so?
Like let's see here. Like, I'm refusing to do this assignment out of protest. That kind of stuff.
I'm refusing to sit through this sexual harassment course out of protest.
Yeah.
Because I ain't following them damn rules.
I'm refusing to pay for this bag of groceries out of protest.
Well, now that's the most so far that we've talked about the Israel-Palestine conflict on our podcast.
And
I
that's
think
all we're going to give them.
I don't know. We might give them a little more.
I don't know. I think not.
A lot of our fans, Lauren, all of our fans reached out to me after our last episode. They go, "You're doing Greek characters? Don't you know what's happening in the world? Why aren't you reacting to the Israel-Palestine conflict? And why aren't you contributing?" Lauren, silence is violence. Why aren't you contributing to all the noise?
And I said, you know what? Tell it to the 500,000 other news articles that were published today. Go post it in their comments. And I think they did.
Yeah, I think they did. You're right.
I think they did.
Yeah, we haven't talked much about it, and things are getting kind of crazy. I keep seeing stories about, like, even in the U.S., like all of these crazy kind of anti-Semitic kind of events happening. People like, beating up Jews in the street, and like Jews having to be sheltered in certain areas, and it's kind of crazy.
Wasn't there like a university where like they had like a group of Jewish students in the barricaded in the library, and then somebody, I don't know if this turned out to be truth or not,
right?
But the story was that I guess the librarian had told them we can hide in the attic.
Right. Oh God. Oh, I can't. I hope that's not true. I mean, eesh. Ooh. That's not good. That's you're not sitting in a good point in history
Well,
when you have to tell the Jews to hide in the attic again. When you got to say it a second time, that's when you go, something's going on.
well, I just wonder if is that librarian's only frame of reference for what to do when Jews are in trouble.
Open the attic.
Like, I've heard something about attics before.
They love attics. They love attics and bagels. Honey, go put a bunch of bagels in the attic. I want to do my part. I want to help. Well, here's the thing, Lauren, is everyone thinks that they are doing their part by going online and posting about the conflict and what they think about the conflict. That's how you can help, is you go online, you as somebody who has no knowledge of foreign conflicts whatsoever, not you specifically, just the colloquial...
I'll include myself in that group.
I include myself in this group. Just the colloquial you, all of us who...
the proverbial you that represents everyone in society.
Everyone. Just the cloaca.
The cloaca of humanity. Food goes in and shit comes out.
But that's what we can do, is we can go on Instagram and do a story where we type out how we feel about the situation, and that's what actually helps. That's what actually makes a difference. And you know what? Your Instagram post stops bombs. One Instagram post stops one bomb.
Wow.
Did you know that?
I didn't, and I've learned a lot. I didn't realize that my Instagram post did that because I don't even have an Instagram.
Your Instagram posts are more powerful than anybody else's. No, I think so often it's so funny because it's like you have a horrible... It's not funny. The conflict is not funny. It's very sad. It's very awful for everybody involved. I think that it's a pointless loss of life. We shouldn't be killing each other. War is stupid. War is bad. Everybody detests war, and I'm pretty anti-war. I don't think we should send any weapons to either side.
And when anybody is killed, it is a tragedy.
Absolutely. What's funny is America's response to it and Americans' response to it, because the social media companies see a war and they go, you know how you can really help? Send a post, make a post. Write about it. Silence is violence, okay? Your silence is, we notice. We're noticing how silent you're all being right now. You need to contribute to the dumpster fire of conversation on the internet, of just the vitriolic, just fucking fighting back and forth. No one listens to each other. Nothing actually gets accomplished. Everyone's in their own bubble, shouting what each other already believes, and that's what helps. That actually helps. That's what you should be doing.
Exactly. Until you post a black square, the Middle East will not have peace.
The Middle East will not have peace. The Middle East will not have peace. The Middle East will not have peace.
I don't know if we want to chant that. I don't know if we want to chant that.
I'm sorry. Let me fix it. The Middle East should not have peace.
Oh my God.
I'm just joking. We're trying to make the world a lighter place by making jokes about these things. Now, I don't want to get
I don't want a fatwa issued against this podcast, if possible, please.
Look, when I say the Middle East should not have peace, I mean whatever side of the Middle East that you disagree with, they should not have peace. The ones that you're for, they should have peace.
Oh my God.
And that's individually for each person.
Send us to the UN. We got ideas here.
Now, here's the thing: is I did find a way that people actually can help, because making a post, contributing to this garbage discourse that doesn't do or change anybody's mind. I think I found a much better way to actually change the world.
Okay.
This woman is out here. She's doing the real work. Okay.
Oh, okay.
This woman I saw on TikTok today.
Oh boy.
She's out there. She's doing the real fucking work. Okay?
I'm excited.
I think this could bring the whole world together. And I think it paints Jewish people in a fantastic light, and a beautiful light, okay? I think we could stop all of the anti-Semitic, attacks that are going on.
So this is like a peace song.
This is very much a peace song. This is 100% a peace song. Let's check it out. I want you to hear it because...
Oh, God. I'm already reading the lyrics that are typed on the screen, and I'm saddened inside.
Lauren, this is going to bring us together. And here's my catch. You're going to learn this song, and then you're going to perform it on our podcast the next time around. I'm just saying, let's hear. While you're listening to this, I want you to picture Lauren singing it on the podcast, and maybe it'll be our theme song.
Oh my God.
We could bring peace to the Middle East. Peace for the Middle East. Peace for the Middle East. Okay, here we go.
A Jewy girl in a Jewy world. It's all kosher. I'm the Jewish poster. You can feed me hummus. It'll be the funnest.
Well, that was they wrote the lyrics wrong there on the screen.
Let's eat schnitzel. Oi, 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 they.
Look at all of these old Jewish people sitting in this song.
I don't know whether this song is like endearing or this is super anti-Semitic.
No, Lauren, she's singing it for all these Jews. Don't you know Jewish people's favorite humor is jokes that are just about Jews. It's just you say Jewish things inside of jokes. You replace a song's lyrics with all Jew kind of things.
This could just be an anti-Semite's dream to sing this song
to a bunch of old Jews.
Right.
Come on, Shlomo, let's go party. Oh my God. Do they look entertained? This guy looks pretty entertained, and this lady looks very, very entertained. This guy looks like, what the hell am I having to sit through here? I just want to know what's happening here.
This is a bunch of producers.
She's the next star.
And they're deciding the fate of this poor, poor woman.
Oh, I'm so hungry. Yalla, yalla.
So yeah.
Oh boy.
So you learn the song. You learn the song, and then every episode we have you sing it at the beginning. It's our theme song, and then we go, "Hello, welcome to Working Crass Podcast. My name's Joshua. This is Lauren." After, of course, you sing, "I'm a Jewy girl in a Jewy world.
Control the weather. It's so fun." I don't. Was that the words? was that it?
You can invest with me. I'll make you more money. I'm your bank now. I'm your bank now. Oh my God.
I do think this will bring people together.
I do think so too.
A Jewy girl in a Jewy world.
It's all kosher. I'm the Jewish poster.
You can feed me hummus.
You can feed me hummus. It'll be the funnest.
No, she wrote the funniest.
She wrote the funniest, but she sings.
It'll be the funnest.
Why does she sing it so breathy?
It'll be the funnest. I'm a Jewy girl in a Jewy world.
Breathier. You gotta get breathier.
I'm a Jewy girl. Okay, let me sing this correctly. I'm sorry if I got to get breathier.
Yeah.
I'm a Jewy girl. Hamas.
Yeah, I think people who like read into the Harry Potter books and are like the goblins represent Jews and that's wrong. I think they were reading it wrong. It's the parcel tongues.
Yeah, it's the parcel tongues that meant to be.
Just kidding.
I don't know. The first Harry Potter, he goes to Gringotts, and all of the goblins jump down, and they go, "I'm a Jewy girl in a Jewy world." You don't remember that scene?
No, yeah, now it's coming to me. It's all coming back.
Oh
So-
my God!
so it's
And he goes, "What are those, Hagrid?" And he goes, "Those are the Jews, Harry. Harry, those are the Jews." Thought you wouldn't ask, Harry. Oh man. Well, that's our input about the Israel-Palestine conflict.
Yeah,
That's what we have to say.
Yeah, what you've discovered is that what will really bring people together is really poorly written parodies to 1990s Eurodance songs.
Absolutely.
About being Jewish.
Fuck a two-state solution. We need these songs. We need the music.
We need I'm Jew, abadi, abada.
As the Beatles knew, music will heal the world, okay? And this is real music. Maybe even better than the Beatles. I'll tell you that right now. The Beatles never thought of, I'm a Jewy girl in a Jewy world.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just love, I'll do Barbie girl, but I'll make it about being Jewy.
Yeah. I think this could get people on both.
I think you're going to say, I think this could get our podcast taken down.
I think that. I definitely think that. But
Well, should we make a public and official statement about our stance right now in front of the camera? Would that help? That'll help keep it up on YouTube, right? Should we look into the camera and make an official statement about where we stand on the Israel-Palestine conflict?
Here's where I stand. I stand.
I like addicts and bagels.
I'm a Jewy girl.
In a Jewy world.
What's so hard to understand? No, I think it could get the pro-Israel side and the pro-Palestine side together in an act of solidarity against this horrible, truly horrific.
I just like
piece of
somebody might
music.
comment on this video and be like, guys, people are dying and it's a war. How do you find humor in this? And I go, like this. I'm sorry. I'm done. Of course, our hearts go out to everybody. War is horrible, and and we oppose war. That's why we make jokes about it. Because when you make a joke about something, people all over the world who agree with the fact that war is bad laugh because they go, ha ha ha, war, it sucks. You know what I'm saying? Ha ha ha, we're mocking it. It's to be mocked. It's not to be taken seriously.
Like the song.
No, this song is to be taken very seriously. Do you understand?
Where is this taking place? Where is she singing this?
This is clearly in Florida, okay?
An old folks' home in Florida. This is in Fort Lauderdale.
All right, well, let's move on because, we're talking about international relations, and I found this other TikTok that was this Japanese guy, okay? This is a very heavy, international. We're going to piss off. We're going to go around the world, and then we're going to make everyone mad from every country in this episode.
What's that 90s Euro dance song that's like, all around the world, la, 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 la. This episode is also a tribute to 90s Euro dance.
No, this is a guy in Japan who is basically saying that, Japan is way better in America in all of these different ways, and America needs to step up because these are all of the ways that Japan is much better. And many of them, I'm sure that I'm going to agree with him, and some of them maybe I'll disagree. We'll have to see. We'll have to go through the items.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Here we go. Let's go ahead and check this out.
Damn, his jawline.
Yeah, he's got a jawline there.
This is like
he's a superhero. He's a Marvel.
He's Mr. Japan.
Mr. Japan versus Captain America. The newest blockbuster hit.
This is General Tokyo.
All right, General Tokyo, let's see what you got.
The U.S. can learn from Japan. People waiting patiently. Suitcases waiting patiently. Trash bags waiting patiently. Trash bags with nets to prevent rats. Please.
Now, already I have a couple questions. First of all, how does a trash bag sitting on the side of the corner wait patiently versus let me paint a scenario. No. Let me paint a scenario for you. We live in Chicago. We live in a big city. I've seen some trash bags laying out on the street, but I've never seen impatient ones.
Yeah,
I've never seen a trash bag checking its watch and tapping its foot. Like, let's go.
Pacing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What exactly is a patiently waiting trash bag?
Well, I think that's a positive spin on our sanitation workers aren't really, up to schedule.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
They're
But
a little late, if you know what I mean. So
Okay.
your trash might sit out a while. Might get a little stinky out there.
that's us or that's Japan?
That's Japan, he said.
That's what he's saying.
The trash waits patiently there.
The trash waits patiently on the street. How is that a benefit? Now, this one, he says trash bags with nets to prevent rats.
Now, Chicago could learn a thing or two from this because we are rat central.
Now, well, yeah, sure, but
I've
also,
seen like 5 rats in the past 2 days.
you're not
just
wrong.
outside of our building.
You're not wrong, Lauren, but I have an argument here, and that is
Rats are good.
no. If a rat can get through a trash bag, why can't it get through a net? A rat can get through a net. What are you talking about? A net to prevent the rats from the trash? A rat will chew through the net and then it'll chew through the trash bag. I had a pet rat. I had a pet gerbil. Gerbils are basically rats. It chewed through the plastic in the cage it was in to escape. It's hard plastic, Lauren. It chewed through the cage itself to escape. The rats can chew a fucking net.
Joshua,
Isn't this just poisoning the rats?
this is Japanese high-tech rat nets, okay? These are like made with indestructible material.
It's electronic, actually. When a rat touches it, it goes, rat detected.
Oh my god.
What? That's what the electronic net says.
No, I heard that when the gnats and the rats get close to the nets, it goes, "I'm a Jewy girl," and it repels them away.
Please learn, New York City. On-time trains, fast trains, reversible seats on trains, barriers.
Okay, reversible seats I saw on the metro train here in Chicago. Literally the last time we were over there.
Oh, they do have those.
They have reversibles. So don't start saying you got shit we don't have.
We got some of that.
We got
shit.
reversibles and fast trains. Oh, our trains go pretty fast.
But not bullet train fast. I
You're
do
right.
think
You're right.
think a bullet train would be awesome.
But I'm telling you, some autistic kid somewhere in America watches this and goes, "You're saying trains don't go fast?" I've seen a lot of fast trains.
Well, they're probably like super fans of the bullet train. So.
Oh, you're probably right.
But I will say one thing I have seen many videos of is people on Japanese trains being pushed in and packed in like a bunch of sardines.
That's true. That's true.
And like they have people who work in the train stations in Japan who
To
are
come
literally
shove you
like
in.
the Subway sandwich packers.
Yep. At least in America, we have the freedom to wait for the next train if we would like to.
In America,
and is it late? Yeah, sure.
and sometimes in America, everyone gets the freedom to be a train pusher honor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if you want to push a person on a train in America, you can do it.
I love pushing people on the train. This says barriers to prevent train deaths. Well, in America, we actually have the freedom to jump in front of a train and kill ourselves. You're basically advertising how you live in a totalitarian state. What, barriers so you can't kill yourself on the train? Like fucking 5 to 6 people do here in Chicago every single day?
In America, we like to live a little dangerously.
Exactly.
We like life on the edge.
I like to know, I go to bed comfortably at night knowing that I can jump in front of a train if I would like to, that I have the option to do so. I would like the option to do so. As a matter of fact, my grandfather fought to make sure I have the right to jump in front of a train and kill myself.
Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah. You just want to know if things get bad enough that option is still available to you.
To prevent train deaths, please learn, New York City. Cheap groceries, cheap alcohol.
Cheap groceries, guess they don't have Aldi because we got Aldi, okay?
Aldi's pretty cheap.
Aldi is very cheap.
We got Dollar General.
Suck it.
Don't get cheaper than $1.
Cheap alcohol, beer equals $3. I know a $1 beer spot. It's bad beer, but I know one.
It's made in an alleyway by a homeless man. It might not actually be beer, but it tastes the same.
In America, people leave their beers half drinking on a table, and you could drink their beer. Yeah, it's got a little spit in it, but it's free.
In America, we set our beers out for the rats.
Oh, man.
Cheap unvandalized vending machines.
Oh, unvandalized. Unvandalized vending machines.
Okay, I'll say this. This is Point Japan here. They have amazing vending machines.
They
Because it's
do?
not just like,
Have you been to Japan?
no, I've just like watched a bunch of YouTube videos.
Would you like to go to
and, like,
Japan?
Sure.
Should that be one of our next?
I would like to go everywhere and
I would like to go everywhere, actually. I would like to go. I'm a Jewy girl.
Yeah. No, but they have vending machines that aren't just, I mean, they have tons for like snacks and drinks and things like that, but they also have just vending machines for a myriad of other items.
Yeah, like items to masturbate into.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lot of those.
Oh, yeah.
That's another thing. Here's a point, U.S. We fuck girls over here, okay? I mean women.
Can we'll go back in editing. We'll cut that part out.
I mean, in America, they some people fuck girls too, but that's not the point. Us.
We push those people in front of trains.
Yeah, that's correct. They all
No,
jump in
I don't
front
want
of
to
trains.
advertise that.
I didn't say little girls. I just said girls versus as opposed to boys. Okay, I'm talking about half the population.
I just want to
here.
clarify. I just want to clarify. I don't recommend taking the law into your own hands. Okay, we at the Working Crass podcast do not endorse that. We do not endorse pushing people in front of trains. I want that to be made very clear.
Listen, in America, we have sex with women. In Japan, they have sex with sex toys. They have a big dating problem in Japan, like a huge dating problem because a lot of people aren't having children and a lot of men aren't going and meeting women, and they have a huge porn and masturbation problem. And they have like these.
That's a problem?
Yes. Well, not for me. It's a Friday afternoon for me.
Yeah.
And a morning, and the afternoon, and the evening.
And supper time.
Supper time. It's all day event for me.
Go.
I'm a jack off boy in a jack off world. No, but I read a story. I
goon from morning till noon.
Will you stitch that on a pillow for me?
Yeah.
A little cross stitch.
Yeah, I'll do a little
I
cross
goon from morning to noon, and then from noon to midnight. No, I was reading about the government in Japan orchestrates dating like events and nights because they like so desperately need their population to try to start reproducing. Which is crazy. Can you imagine going to a government dating event? Like a government like, please you people get together, have sex. I bet you got to fill out a lot of paperwork.
I bet there would be a lot of having to learn very strange pronouns.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I bet. How is that a big thing in Japan? How woke are they in Japan?
A good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know that if it was a U.S. Government
You're our
orchestrated
international
dating
correspondent on Working Crass Podcast. You're the person who I expect to know these things. Anytime I ask Lauren a question about anything that has to do with another country, usually you're like, yeah, this is the history of how they know that, and this is this is how they kind of think and act. And
Yeah. I'm sorry, I haven't read up on woke culture in Japan.
I'm interested.
That's going to be the next thing that I peruse on the internet.
I bet there's a lot of furries in Japan. Furry kind of seems like a bit of a...
We did read that article about that guy who had the suit that made him look like a collie dog.
Oh, yeah? Was that a Japanese guy?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go back and look at that episode, and if he was Korean or Chinese, you're off the pod.
I got some apologizing to do.
All right. So they have cheap, unvandalized vending machines, which, by the way, unvandalized doesn't help me. Cheap and functioning, that's fine. But unvandalized, I like a little bit of street art, okay? I like a good swastika on my vending machine. Oh, my God.
Cheap restaurants with no tipping. Please learn, America. Toilets.
I never tip. What are you talking about?
As a Jew, I gotta say, I can't complain about that one.
Toilets that greet you.
That greet you. Toilets with instructions. Toilets.
Wait, who needs instructions?
I just think there.
Why is that a benefit? How stupid you got to be to have to write the instructions on the toilet?
Let me ask you something, because you've told me many times about the cauldron of piss at your office.
That's correct.
It sounds like many of the people that you work with could use instructions.
Lauren, what would that change? You put the instructions up there, they're still pissing everywhere. They know the instruction. They know they're supposed to piss into the bowl. They're just animals. They're monsters.
Yeah.
Monsters don't pay attention to the rules. You could write the rules out for them. They don't give a shit. They're, Lauren, they're creatures. They're kiki. You know what I'm saying? They're cree.
In America, literally the instructions would just have somebody with a shit smear all the way down it.
Yes, correct.
And I'm sorry, I stuttered so hard and couldn't get that out.
A shit smear. At least it's a funny word to have to stumble out of. It's a shit smear.
I know.
Toilets in public and
That
clean.
are public and clean.
I am all for this. I hate dirty public restrooms. It is a terrible
I call
experience.
bullshit that every public restroom in Japan is clean. Have they been to Embassy Suites in Chicago? Not Embassy Suites. What is
That's
it?
the Embassy Suites.
It's the Embassy Suites.
Nicest
Toilets in Chicago. If you ever come visit Chicago, you're walking around downtown, you got to take a shit, you got to take a piss, and you're like, where am I going to go? I can't find a free restroom. As long as you get there before, I think it's midnight, Embassy Suites in Chicago, you could eat off the toilets. And I recommend doing it. I do it every time I go. I put a salad on the toilet bowl and I eat it off. Just kidding. I never eat a salad. I eat a pizza off the toilet bowl.
Please learn, America. Competing boy bands versus girl groups.
I mean, to some extent, we got that here. I mean, we had.
Why would we even want that? I'm just joking.
You're right.
Why? I would rather see. Well, we have competing men in women's sports. That's even more entertaining.
Yeah.
That's way more entertaining.
Yeah.
Boy bands versus girl groups. Also, they made the same mistake as I did. Women groups, not girls. Well, they could be little girls. I don't know.
Singing microwaves.
Singing microwaves.
I could use a singing microwave.
What purpose is that? Why does it need to sing?
Well, I just don't
Cook
like.
my food.
I just don't like.
Why does it need to sing?
Well, the loud beeping at the end is kind of obnoxious.
Let me guess. It's a singing microwave. And when you set it up, it needs to sync with your iPhone so that way it can go into your Spotify account. So that way you can control it with Spotify. And now your microwave knows your bank account and knows what you ordered off Amazon. I don't trust it. I don't trust a singing microwave. I don't trust any appliance that doesn't just do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
The refrigerator should refrigerate the food. The microwave should cook the food.
But
the
now-
oven should make phone calls and cook the food.
But now, what if that microwave saying, "I'm a Jewy girl in a Jewy world"? What if it did that?
Then
Would that change your mind?
Then take my money. That is kind of what it was saying. I'm a Jewy girl.
Creamia. Temple Fest.
Now, what is creamia? I guess
It
it's
look-
their form of ice cream.
It just looked like soft serve.
Yeah, we got that. We have soft serve here. Dumbass. Temple Fest. Ever heard of Bonnaroo?
Hells yeah, Temple Fest.
We have
Shoes off.
Coachella.
We have Coachella.
Coachella.
Shoes off in the house, and then he blurred the image like his dick is out or something. What the hell? I guess
Well-
he doesn't want the internet to see his feet.
Well, maybe he has dicks for feet.
And I take my shoes off in the house. There's plenty of, especially like, at least in the South, he's like, take your shoes off
Yeah.
in my house. You're making my floors all dirty. Maybe that's just my mom. Get your shoes off in my damn house. Get your shoes off my couch. Yeah, that's just my mom.
Yeah, you
In
grew
house.
up in an Asian
Shoes off.
household.
I grew up in a Japanese household.
Yeah.
Shoes off at Temple Fest. What is Temple Fest?
I
Come
mean,
on.
you can take
But
your shoes
Temple-
off at Coachella and
Yeah.
Bonnaroo and pretty much any festival here.
Yeah, pretty much. And some people need to put their shoes back the fuck on in those festivals.
Yeah.
Fest. Less chance of getting murdered.
Okay, again, I want the freedom of getting murdered, okay? Maybe I like to live in a country where my life is a little more threatened than your safe little snowflake country. Maybe I want to get murdered. Oh, man.
Keeps us vigilant.
Yeah, exactly. Why else do you think I would start a podcast talking about the Israel-Palestine conflict? Because I'm trying to get killed.
Please learn.
Please learn.
Damn, I can't get over how
You're way too attracted to this Japanese guy.
This guy's jawline is. It's just chiseled.
Yeah, you think he's so hot. You're going to leave me for a Japanese man.
No.
No? You hear that first no? No? Maybe. Oh, man. Well, let's see. How much time have we done here?
We can keep going.
Oh yeah, we got some more time. We got plenty more time here. Hey there, Crass Wipes. I just want to take a quick moment to tell you about the best way to support Lauren and I and all of Working Crass Podcast, and that is patreon.com/workingcrasspod. We are making some super funny bonus episodes every single week, putting them out there on Patreon. If you want to check them out, go ahead there, patreon.com/workingcrasspod. We would really appreciate the support. It would really, really help us out because we're broke. We don't have any money. If you're not convinced yet, here's a quick clip of one of our latest episodes. And we got to record.
This is a really attractive way that you're sitting right now.
It's an attractive way you're sitting.
I mean, I'm just sitting with my leg out.
Yeah, and how am I sitting?
You are sitting very
I thought you and I are basically
spread
sitting.
eagle.
I thought you and I are sitting in the same exact position. This is what's comfortable to me, okay?
Spread eagle.
This is what's comfortable to me. I've never been this comfortable on a podcast. Here's the worst part about a podcast is my legs always have to be in the right place. This is how I should sleep. This is how I should eat. This is how I should podcast. This is why I'm comfortable. Stop telling me not to man spread. I'll spread my legs. This is how I think. This is where I think from. This is where my brain is. This is where the funny comes from, right here. So if you like what you see, go head over to patreon.com/workingcrasspod. We got a lot more of it over there. All right, back to the episode. Well, let's talk about relationships a little bit. And here we are on Reddit, where these women are being asked how much money they expect their boyfriends to make. What would a good yearly salary be for a man that you would be looking to date? And I think all these women have some very realistic expectations.
Well, how much do they make?
The women?
Yeah.
We don't get to learn that, but my assumption is, you know what? I think their answers will kind of reveal what they make, because you'll see whether they have a realistic expectation of a wage or not. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like somebody who doesn't make any money is going to assume that, wages are crazy different from what they really are. Am I right?
Yeah.
So let's find out.
What would you want his income to be? I feel like this is gonna sound bad. I feel like 300,000. I would have to say one.
So $300,000 a year. And she even starts it with, I feel like this is gonna sound bad.
That's a lot.
That's a ridiculous amount.
That's a lot. Not a lot of people make that.
Not a lot of people make that. This lady says 127,000.
That's not as much as the last one, but still, high up. And again,
like
not a lot of people make that.
If I made 127,000, I would be acting like I'm a millionaire now. I'd be like, I've done it.
Well, that's how you know we're poor.
I know, exactly. That sounds like $1 million to me.
127, probably 150 to $250,000 a year.
To $250,000, I don't know, something around there, not the big deal.
He's got to make 16 trillion, zillion, bajillion dollars.
This lady says 500,000, so $500,000 a year.
Okay, well, good luck.
$100,000. Is that bad?
150, maybe to 250,000 a year would be comfortable for sure.
Oh yeah, that'd be real comfortable.
But what do you make? That would be my question. Okay, but what do you make? Like what do you bring to the table? Because it sounds.
How do you? Either you have no concept of like what money is, so you don't get paid for any, or you have like a rich parents or something, and your parents give you a lot of money for things.
Yeah.
But it's like,
I'm like, I think fair enough if that's what you want, but make sure that you're bringing something to the table too, so that it's a fair exchange. Otherwise, why would somebody who's making that be interested in you?
I remember your dad once was talking to me about money, and he's like, what do you make? You make like 75,000 a year or whatever. And he goes, I assume you make like around 75,000 a year. And I'm just sitting there going, oh, I don't make anywhere near that amount of money per year. Because we're poor. We don't have a lot of money. That's why we're called Working Crass Podcast. Yeah, there's a purpose for the name.
Let's not release our income on the internet.
Or, and hear me out, it's a great reason why you should go to patreon.com/workingcrasspod and support the work that we're doing here, because we need it. We could definitely fucking use it. That's for sure.
I want somebody who makes $50 billion and has an Oompa Loompa. I don't know. I just get Veruca Salt vibes from all this.
With my friend, and she was like, "You have to manifest a husband, girl. Ideally, my husband needs to be making like $650,000."
So you said you want
but what do you do? Again,
yeah.
Like, if you're just sitting around manifesting, dreaming for a husband, maybe you should be putting in some work to, reel in that guy who makes that amount.
But here's the reality: many women don't have to do that. They don't have to. If they choose to just live a life of, I'm marrying a rich husband and he's going to support me and make all of this money.
Yeah,
I mean, and like a hyper attractive woman can do this. She has that option. There's plenty of guys who have no problem going, this is who I'm going to date.
But I think the guys who tend to
I date women who have a potential to make some more money because I know I'm not making any.
Well, I just think the guys who tend to be in that income bracket that they're looking for are hyper selective.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like,
they have the money to be hyper.
All of these women who want that, then you got to be putting in work to compete and attract that for yourself.
Yeah, you better.
Otherwise, it's not going to. I don't think you can just manifest it. It's not going to like fall out of the air into your lap.
So you're saying their work would have to be like gym every day. That ass got to be plump. Them tits got to be jiggling. They gotta.
I mean, if like
that's what the guys are going for.
I mean, I guess that's part of it. It depends on the guy.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I think it depends on it's an individual basis.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe for some, like, that is a big component of it.
Sure. Now let me talk to the guys for a second. We all know.
Fellas,
we all know it's the plump ass and the jiggly titties, and that's all that matters. No. There's plenty of other things that make a woman beautiful and attractive.
And it's
but the bouncy booty. Never mind. I fucked that up. I was going to say, but the bouncy booty definitely helped. But I said buddy.
Well, I was going to say, and it's definitely their love of World Cup marble racing.
That's what Lauren is into.
Yeah.
Watching.
And if you watch the Patreon, you'll know all about that.
Working Crass. It's patreon.com/workingcrasspod. Help us make $500,000 a year.
Yeah, and it's World Cup marble racing on YouTube.
Oh God. Yeah. We need more patrons so I can make enough money to get one of these ladies who doesn't watch marble races.
But I think I make life interesting because I watch that.
Mm-hmm.
$500K, but what do you think the median income is for a 30-year-old?
$60K? $70K?
It is $45,000.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, really? That's so funny. I'm so glad I'm not the median. That's basically what she's thinking.
Well, she went, really? Oh my God, they're so poor.
What's funny is she said 500K, and then when she asked, what do you think the median is for a 30-year-old, she goes like 60, 70K. Like she knew 100% at least that she is going far out of the ballpark of median.
Like they're not searching for that. What
Yeah.
they want is like, you know,
What would you want his income?
Sorry.
the upper echelons of society. Like they want these like
They want the
top of the income bracket.
I know they
people.
want the two rich guys that exist in this country. Like it's
Right.
way too small of like most people don't make that amount of money. It's a very small percentage
Right.
of people
And so if
that
you're
make a lot of money like that.
Exactly. And if you're going to decrease your dating pool size,
Yeah.
then you have to compete.
Yep.
Like you have to up your game and be competitive and bring
true.
something to the table. And I don't know what these ladies are bringing. I mean, a lot of them are nice looking,
Yeah.
but beyond that, what are you bringing to the table?
Latkes.
I didn't see a single one of them give a list of ways that Japan is superior to the United States. I didn't see one of them attempt to sing "I'm a Jewy Girl" or attempt to solve a conflict in the Middle East.
None of them. Not a
None of
single
them
one
tried
of
to
them.
do that.
Yeah.
None of them made any attempt to make a protest post on their Instagrams.
None of them posted a black square or a square of the Israel flag or a square of the Palestinian flag.
Yeah,
You know,
none of them did that.
They didn't post a single square at all. They just
Yeah.
keep posting their big old round butts.
Yeah, so honestly, I don't know. I'm just not getting a lot from these ladies.
Or are we wrong? Is that how much money I'm supposed to be making? And there's a bunch of guys out there and they're all making $500,000 a year. And
Yeah.
I'm just some fucking dunce
Yeah,
that I
and-
haven't figured that out.
and you know
Do
what?
I actually have like coworkers who are pissing in the cauldron at work and they're making 500K and they're just like playing with me? I've always
Well,
had this
that's
thing.
their
And a lot of
protest.
people have this, but I've always had this thing where I'm like, maybe I'm like significantly mentally challenged and no one in my life, everyone's like, we don't want to tell him. It would crush him. And so nobody tells me. What if it's something like that where my work is like, yeah, we underpay, like he's like a fool. He's the fool, you know? And we humor him by letting him have a job. It's like the Truman Show. Like every phone call I have at work all day is an actor who's like talking down to me. They'll go, good job on your call today. And I go, thank you very much. And I hang up the phone.
You just give a thumbs up to the phone. Yeah.
Hanging up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
mean,
that could be my life.
it's
Maybe that's what
possible.
it is. And then everyone around
It's
me,
possible that
I'm sitting next
just a
to someone
paid
who-
I'm just a paid actor to be your wife.
that is completely possible. But I know it's impossible because I know that having to teach you to act that well would be impossible because you're unteachable.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. No, I
That would
think
mean
I think
that would mean an actor has seen my butthole and I would be pissed. Okay?
you should be proud. You got a nice butthole. In fact, I think you should post that on your Instagram.
Here's what I think about the conflict in the Middle East.
Oh my.
And then people get really mad at me. I'm like, I was trying to say something deep.
But what if you what if you sang "I'm a Jewy Girl"
Yeah.
kind of Jim Carrey style through your butthole?
Oh.
And then nobody knows
Oh my
kind of which
God.
side you're on with that.
You're right. You're right. I think you're right. We were just talking before this about how we need to just start a fart channel, just an all fart stream.
Yeah.
Like maybe we'll do that for our Patreon if people want to get us out of the tax bracket that we're in currently.
Yeah.
We'll do live streams where Lauren has controlled farts that she releases at certain times, but you got to tip. You got to tip the right amount to get a good, solid, a good poot. Okay, you're gonna have to tip if you want a real good poot. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
And I'll jar it up and I'll send it to your house.
No, because that means you have to store the fart jars at our house before you mail them. And I don't want a house full of fart jars.
No, I'll put them in the same warehouse that I store my American Girls.
All right. Another reference for people that...
Again, you gotta watch the Patreon.
Yes. On the Patreon, you reference episodes that we did on the main, and on the main, you reference episodes we did on the Patreon.
Exactly. That's the kind of wild stuff you're gonna get with me.
Yeah.
I can't be tamed, Joshua.
Yeah.
I
Well,
can't be taught.
yeah, and the audience can't be bothered to figure out what the hell you're talking about, so they just turn the episode off. Oh, man. Well,
No, I think the people at your office are turning the restroom into a giant piss cauldron out of protest over their paychecks.
ooh. That
So maybe
could
you
be.
should join in.
Oh, no, I join in. I'm definitely part of the problem there. I complain about it all day, but I mean, I walk in there and I piss all over all the walls. The truth is if you put instructions over the toilet on how to use the toilet, the sign itself will get covered in piss quicker than anything
Yeah,
else.
It'll just be a target.
They go, oh, a Target.
Yeah.
Psst.
Yeah.
Have I talked on the podcast before about like having competitions with friends in elementary school?
Yeah, I think so.
You step away from the toilet, you got to pee farther than the other people.
Yeah. Now, have you ever tried that with a number 2? Now
No.
that's real risk.
That is real risk.
That's living on the edge.
I don't even know. I mean, you'd have to have such great like sphincter strength to shoot it out. Poops almost always just plop. They just plop on down. A poop never propels. Well, sometimes a poop propels, I guess. If you got to hold it in for way too long and then drink a lot of coffee until it's an emergency, then I bet you could propel it. But most poops plop. Most poops just plop right down.
Well, look, if you're in sphincter training,
Can I name this episode Most Poops Plop?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Episode 71. Most Poops Plop. And then everybody goes, I'm not clicking on them. I can't even get an idea for what they're going to talk about in this episode because their title is Most Poops Plop.
Yeah.
And all of their other titles are fart related, poop related, or butt or tit related.
Yeah, see, I would like to see this video of somebody asking these women for what's the furthest distance from the toilet bowl that you want your future husband to
500,000 meters.
and still be able to aim a shit into.
I want my ideal husband to be up in an airplane 500,000 miles into the sky. I want them to shit directly on target. That's the only man I'll be with. Now, granted, the average man can only do 70 to 90 miles up in the air, but my husband will be 500,000 miles. He'll shit from space, and it will become a meteor.
Well, I like to believe that I can manifest a far pooper into my life.
My man will shit from the moon and back. My man will shit so hard, he'll stand on the ground. It'll fly up in the air, go around the gravitational pull of Jupiter itself, and shoot itself right back down to Earth. Right into my mouth when I eat it, and I go, that's my husband's shit. And I'm proud to eat it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great way to end the podcast. What did you learn today?
I learned that one of the things that wasn't listed on that list of things that are great about Japan
Yeah.
is that they are a nation of far poopers. Probably the farthest in the world. Probably out of like any nationality on planet Earth. They can stand a heck of a ways away from a toilet bowl and land a poo right in there. And I think that's pretty swell.
I think it's swell, too. I mean, what did I learn today? Well, I learned a little song. A song that goes something like this. And we'll use it to play out our podcast. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. And goodbye.
Bye.
A Jewy girl in a Jewy world. It's all kosher. I'm the Jewish poster. You can feed me hummus. It'll be the
funnest.
But feed me how you please me. Come on, Jew boy, let's eat schnitzel. Oi, 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 vey. Come on, Shlomo, I'm so hungry. Yalla, yalla.